Hey, good, happy morning Monday. This is for my neighbors on Nextdoor. What I'm about to go over and discuss with you guys here is not a thought. It's not a prediction. It's not a guess. It's not something I think is going to happen. This is happening. The information is out there. You're not going to find it on the news unless you go on different platforms and you look up independent news journalists. You go on Google and you type in everything I'm about to discuss, and you will find legitimate documentation. I'm only telling you guys this because I don't want y'all to get screwed over, and you will. I know you guys have had to have seen in the news, the U.S. news, the mentioning of digital currency, CBDCs. That's nothing. That doesn't matter. The CBDCs really doesn't matter. It's just the dollar digitalized. What matters is everything else. We've been in a treaty with Saudi Arabia since the 70s, offering them protection, military protection, and guns and ammo, yada, yada, yada. In return, they would only sell oil in the US dollar. That is no longer the case. Personally, I've always thought this, and no matter what, there is no other way around it. The US government specifically is probably the most corrupt government in the whole world. Now, like I said, there's no way around it. If we weren't corrupt and we were playing by the rules, everyone else is going to do something to get to the top, right? But we are on some next level stuff. And we bully countries. We get to decide what we want to do. We get to decide what is right and what is wrong. Technically, that's not the way we should be acting. We're not God. We're not the creator of life. We don't get to decide what is right or wrong, especially when it's not something extreme radical shit. Is when it's not something like that and it's something of religion. It's better believe that our government does very messed up stuff to. We've done stuff to kids. Our military has killed kids. We've done a lot of things, okay? Now, let's get back on track. We're 130% in debt. Number one. Number two, the dollar is not backed by anything. We used to, back in the 70s, until Nixon. We were backed by gold, and then Nixon got rid of that, and we went into a fiat currency, which is just a fake whatever, So, back in the day, we were up here, and all of the countries were down here. China, Russia, all of them. Our military was actually what backed the dollar. Now, it's like we've sat on our asses and either gone downwards or we're literally right where we were, and a lot of the countries have gone up, and we're not as advanced, we're not as ahead of countries as we should be and as we used to be. And in that case, countries that have grown and gotten more sophisticated are not allowing and don't want the U.S. thinking that they get to make the rules. They get to step on our country and do whatever, but we can't do that. They tell us, you know, oh, you're not allowed to help this country out, etc., etc. Okay, anyhow, Saudi Arabia said, screw you guys, we're not selling in the dollar now. We're going to sell in whatever currency we want. BRICS nation, BRICS, Brazil, China, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa were the originals. There's hundreds of more countries. Saudi Arabia, a ridiculous amount more are joining to make their own currency. Okay, they want to create their own world currency and not have it be the dollar, because when countries are using the dollar and we raise, you know, we have inflation and blah, 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 interest rates, it kills them. They suffer from our reckless spending, etc., etc. Back on track. We're going to digital dollar. Every country is. If you look it up, go on Google, type in, you know, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology. That is the new banking system platform in a way. Used to use the SWIFT system. You know, okay, you're in a different country. You send it over to the U.S. from Russia. You send money. Your receiving person will get the money instantly. The banks don't, though. They technically have a couple of day process for the transferring on their back end in a way to process. And that slows them down. So the main thing, and you guys have to do your own research, is on-demand liquidity. They need to make a system where they're not waiting, where someone sends money, bam, it's cheap, it's fast, and once, you know, it's sent in a second, it can literally be re-put into the system instantly, instead of having to wait 3 days for check or cash, whatever, to clear on the bank's end. Now, and this is all, look it up. If any of you, if I hear from anyone, oh, well, why isn't this in the news? Please, please don't make yourself look dumb. The government and the news do not tell us what we're supposed to hear. They tell us what they want us to hear. And if you think that they are looking out for your best interests, well, then I have nothing to say. Now, back to what we're saying. Any of you guys have any friends, family that invested in Bitcoin back in the day? I bought some when I had spent about $1,800 and I sold it way too early. If I would have held it right now, just 5 years, if I would have held it for 5 years, I saw in my account I'd have around $180,000, and that's only where it's at right now, 30,000 a coin. It got up to 50. I could have had almost more than $250,000. Besides the point, this is going into cryptocurrency. It is the future. Look it up. Look up our 45th Rosie Rios, the Treasurer of the United States. She talks about it. The SEC talks about it. The IMF talks about it. It's happening. Now, this is what everyone is saying except the U.S. news channels. the dollar is going to get de-dollarized. It's already happening. There's so many countries that are saying, screw this, I'm not using the dollar. They're doing anything and everything that they possibly can to switch over to a new currency. When that happens, you guys who have 401ks, savings, your dollar, you are going to lose so much of your 401k and your money in the bank. That's why I'm just letting you know about this. I don't care what you do. I'm giving you the knowledge to at least research. Anyhow, so every country is literally, and they've been working on this. Like I said, do your research. You type in any, Wells Fargo's working with cryptocurrencies. Every major bank is. Bank of America's got more patents on cryptocurrency type, whatever, look it up, than anyone. I mean, it's crazy. If you want to make a ton of money, you need to invest. I'm investing in XRP. It is involved. It's an ISO 20022 whatever coin. It's just, there's only 2 coins that are going to be able to do the cross-country transferring. Say one country makes their own currency or the digital dollar of a country. It's not the actual US dollar bill. It's their currency, just digitalized. And they want to send it over to the US, to a friend in the US. Well, you have to have the exchange rate, right? Everything needs to be converted. And that is slowing shit down. XRP, aka Ripple, has a system that allows cross-country transactions at the speed of light. They're in a lawsuit with the SEC. It's the dumbest lawsuit you could possibly ever research on and read about. The reason they're in the lawsuit is because the US is trying to scare people out of having XRP. They want them to sell it. They want to get as much as they possibly can. The International Monetary Fund discusses Ripple, XRP, and that's literally the only coin besides Stella, whatever. Let me give you another fun fact. The Davos World Economic Forum meeting, the 2022 Davos. Guess who was the only cryptocurrency that was invited? XRP. This isn't speculation. You might say, well, there's speculation on who is legitimately going to be the cross-platform currency, crypto. But when you look into the facts, you will agree and say, oh, wow, this shit is all hidden right under our nose, and no one knows about it. Yes, I want to at least give you guys this knowledge, and y'all can do what you want with the information. I highly recommend at least going on YouTube and watching, going on YouTube and any of the things that you heard me say that you want to verify or look into, typing it in on YouTube. Even typing it in on Google is not going to give you as good of results. You don't want website pages where there's info. You want to see people talking about it. Google censors shit all the time, and you just can't trust it. You want to do your research on YouTube or even other platforms. You know, you can get a lot of news on TikTok. So that's it. Just wanted to at least put this out there. I hope you guys learned something. At least at the minimum, you learned a little bit about cryptocurrency. If you want to learn how to buy cryptocurrency, I can make a video showing you what to do. It is extremely difficult for the non-computer savvy person. And what I mean by that is anyone that's over 60, 65, that barely knows how to use a computer, you would never want to do it. You would never be able to. I can make a video to show you step by step, and it's way easier. But this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth ever in the history of the whole world. So, I hope y'all have a good day. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'll catch you on the next one.